Good one. I mean, who thought that it would be okay for Biden to put out a tweet that says, "My word as a Biden, I've never been more optimistic about America's future than I am today." There's like 6 things wrong with that one tweet. And first of all, it said he is a renowned liar.
Oh my God.
Notorious. Did I say renowned? I meant notorious.
Yeah. I mean, but we could, he was got arrested trying to free Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
He cheated on his papers in college.
His wife,
death of his wife from a drunk driver.
He wasn't drunk. He, well, he talks about he was part of the civil rights marches. He was
he marched for civil rights. He was on the wrong side of the civil rights marches. Yeah. He's claiming that he participated.
Never tried to cut Social Security. I mean, he is just one lie after another. I do think that probably the one that's just kind of the most reprehensible is destroying the truck driver's life, lying about him, saying that he drank his lunch after he was in that fatal accident with Biden's his wife at the time and child, which is so tragic and awful. But to do that to a person, he was a sitting senator, so very publicly talking about something that was a total lie. I don't know. That's a different kind of lie. Although he's been called out on all these other lies, and then he just keeps saying them.
Yeah, and he's been told, I mean, there are articles going back 30 years about his staff saying, don't say this lie anymore. And it's all the staffers that work for them. And then 5 years later, he says it. And then the old article comes up and they're like, well, they told him 5 years ago to stop saying this lie. And he just does it. And he's done that for 30, 40 years.
It's really
and there's
crazy.
No accountability for it.
So that was just a really interesting tweet to put out there. My word as a Biden.
I think what he was going to cancer moonshot. How's cancer? Did he get rid of cancer yet? Oh, second. I'm guessing cancer is the second term.
Cancer. Yeah. Vote blue if you want to get rid of cancer.
And cancer. Vote blue
the migrants.
Cancer. Oh my God. That's actually going to be it.
Vote blue and
that's going to be it.
Yeah. Moonshot. Cast your vote for the moonshot. Yeah. I mean, the minimum wage, canceling student debt, I mean, there's just one lie after another, lack of accomplishment. I mean, I don't know how much we can read of that. The oil drilling on federal lands, Medicare premiums going up, people kicked off Medicaid. I know.
Poverty rates are up, corporate profits are up, income inequality is up, gas prices up, flight cancellations up. Pete Buttigieg. Migrants deported, migrants caged, migrant kids lost.
Arabia, Pariah State. I mean, police reform.
Military spending, threat of nuclear war.
Yeah. Which is why 71% of the country says that we are headed in the wrong direction. And just in case you think it's only, Republicans, 38% of Democrats say they want Biden to run for president. So that means 62% of Democrats do not want him to run for president. But then when he's asked about it, he's like, watch me, because
I'm doing it.
We're about democracy.
Try to stop me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but if you look at the polling, he's very distrusted at this point.
Yep. It's dropped to 34% and he's even losing to Trump in polls now, which I know doesn't necessarily mean anything this far out, but it's not a great sign. And because so many of the attacks that Biden could have used against Trump have been neutralized because Biden's done the same thing. And now we have Trump that he's going to be the peace candidate. He's going to be the peace candidate. Don't touch entitlements, he said. And he's distanced himself from the Republican Party on their glee with overturning Roe versus Wade. So even though he's a lying, disgusting asshole, Trump,
Yeah.
he's at least putting out the things that many people in this country want to hear. And if Biden is going to just keep pushing us towards World War III and sending in artillery that he said a year ago was a red line that he'd never go past because it would lead us into a direct confrontation. And then you have Trump out there saying, hey, if it's me, we're going to pull that back. No war. We're going to be fine. I want peace. I mean, I don't even know what Biden's going to run on the economy.
There's so many ways Trump can win this thing. There's so many ways. Okay, Ukraine is not like Vietnam. Don't get me wrong. But if the public turns on the president and how they view this war, Biden can't win because it's unabatedly, undisputably attached to Biden. Like this is his war. So if things go bad there, Trump was against it from the start, supported Russia. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not necessarily the position, but so that's one way that Trump could win this thing. He could win this thing based on the economy. He can win this thing he can distance himself from all the Republican views because he's just an outsider. He can. It's the same argument he won in the first place. People were so disappointed with the way politics work, they threw a grenade in and said, "Go ahead, Trump."
We need an angry outsider, not part of.
And now that even after 4 years of seeing what a fucking terrible disaster he was, people are still like, well, yeah, him again. Like that is such a
condemnation of our whole system. I mean, and I think most Republicans don't want Trump to run either, although he's much more popular among his base than Biden is among his base. So like if Democrats are really nervous about Trump, they need to get somebody else in there. But of course they're not really nervous. So it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I mean, I think COVID, we talk about this all the time, but I think COVID was probably the reason that Trump lost in 2020 because people wanted somebody to handle it better. And Biden's just shuffled us all back to work in sickness and death.
And like you said, but if you look at the reality, which was that Trump would have beaten Biden had COVID not happened, and people were very fearful about how Biden would handle COVID. Okay, so now we saw that Biden handled it terribly. I mean, do most Democrats see it that way? No, but do enough because Biden won on such a slim margin on handling COVID better. Basically, is what got him past the post. And so, you know, all the Biden administration has done is enabled people to believe on the right. I mean, people believe that Trump was right on COVID. I mean, you've got leftists like video, which you get leftists spiking the ball, like saying basically Trump was right on all this stuff.
Yeah.
And
I mean, on some level, you even have Biden saying Trump was right? Like the Great Barrington Declaration, right? Like, I mean, like everybody's just switched over. Yeah.
So you took away the whole argument that a lot of Democrats had for why you were elected, even though they didn't really like you.
Follow the science. So, yeah. Okay.
Let's see some other Biden good stuff. What else is he up to?
I don't know. What do we got?
Tanks to Ukraine?
Tanks to Ukraine. The idea that we're going to send tanks to Ukraine, that's called World War III. That was March 2022. And now in January 2023, today I'm announcing the United States will be sending Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
Right. And in fairness, that first quote was sort of 3 sentences condensed into one for a meme. So there was a whole like Politico or some other group that fact checked it and said this was not the true statement, which is their bullshit at work because basically he said
it just wasn't all in one
words
sentence.
Were like Easter you know.
No, I mean, listen, even the funding of police, where he just keeps doubling down, tripling down on, we're not going to defund the police. We need to give them more funds. We need to give them more militarized equipment. It is so disgustingly tone deaf. And I think Democrats can't win if they don't have a significant amount of Black support. And I think that's falling off a cliff for him.
Well, we just got these in Sacramento. Sacramento just approved these things.
What is that?
It's like, I mean, somebody mentioned it's like an outhouse in the front of a tractor. I don't know. It looks like a homeless clearing machine. I
Oh
really
my
don't know. It's
God.
disgusting, but our city council approved him.
I mean,
But like the word of the Biden, I mean, the one thing that points that out the biggest to me, I think we showed it last week, but like him saying that he would make Khashoggi, what's his first name?
oh,
So
you're
whatever. I don't want to put you on the spot,
yeah, no,
but
yeah.
he was going to make him a pariah. He's the one who had the journalist killed.
No, Khashoggi is the journalist. MBS.
Yeah,
Bin Salman. Yeah, that he was
he
going
was
to
going to
make
make him
Saudi
a
Arabia
pariah.
a pariah. Yeah.
Saudi Arabia pariah, and then he gets elected, and you got him fist bumping him so he can get oil prices down.
Yep.
So I mean, that's his word as a Biden.
Yeah, no, he's and somebody just pointed out that he told cities they should use their leftover COVID money. What is it left over from for the police? I mean, until the air has been cleaned and filtered in every school, every public building, like what, you don't have extra COVID money.